My name is Conner Kees. Welcome to this meditation. To grab my book or my brainwave entrainment platform, go to connerkees.com. This meditation is best used as part of a nighttime routine, though it can be used at any time of the day. It follows from the work of Neville Goddard and others, which suggests that the optimal time to make an impression upon the subconscious mind is in the hypnagogic state, or the state of consciousness moving from wakefulness into sleep. This is a 10-minute meditation that involves hypnotic suggestion and the practice of image streaming. You're going to be image streaming your ideal self. Image streaming is the practice of verbally or non-verbally making the details of your imagination explicit. I'm going to ask you to imagine with great clarity what your ideal self is, how it feels to you, what you do when you are your ideal self, and so on. With every question or set of questions I ask you, I will ask you to describe the feeling, in which case you will silently put into words the answer to the question I am asking you. Let us begin. I am now going to count from 3 to 1, and when I get to 1, your conscious mind is going to lock in on the sound of my voice and follow its suggestions. 3, 2, 1. Your conscious mind is now locked in on the sound of my voice and is following its suggestions. I'm now going to count from 10 to 1, and when I get to 1, your mind and body will be in a relaxed and receptive state. Your conscious mind will take a back seat, and your imagination will take its place. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are now in that relaxed and receptive state. I'm going to ask you, with your enhanced imagination, to imagine yourself as your ideal self now. What does your ideal body feel like? Can you imagine that your actual physical body is your ideal body now? Describe the feeling. What does it feel like to be lying down as your ideal self? Can you imagine that your actual physical body lying down is your ideal body lying down now? Describe the feeling. Very good. Think of something in your life that causes your non-ideal self to have fear or to worry. Since you are your ideal self lying down now, I will ask you, what would your ideal self do in these moments of fear or worry? How would your ideal self choose to feel? What would your ideal self do? Describe the feeling. Excellent. What does it feel like to have the sense of safety and security that your ideal self has? Describe the feeling. How abundant is the life that your ideal self lives? Describe the feeling. Remember, you are your ideal self now. How does it feel to live your ideal life as your ideal self? Describe the feeling. What does it feel like to have the sense of trust and faith that your ideal self has? Describe the feeling. How trusting and faithful is the life that your ideal self lives? Describe the feeling. Remember, you are your ideal self now. Again, how does it feel to live your ideal life as your ideal self now? Describe the feeling. What does your body feel like in the life of your ideal self? Describe the feeling. What do your finances feel like in the life of your ideal self? Describe the feeling. What does your home feel like in the life of your ideal self? Describe the feeling. What do your relationships feel like in the life of your ideal self? Describe the feeling. Very good. I'm going to ask you these questions again, and you're going to answer them with more clarity and deeper imagination than you did the first time. What does your body feel like in the life of your ideal self? Describe the feeling. What do your finances feel like in the life of your ideal self? Describe the feeling. What does your home feel like in the life of your ideal self? Describe the feeling. What do your relationships feel like in the life of your ideal self? Describe the feeling. Remember, you are your ideal self now. Excellent. I'm now going to count from 3 to 1, and when I get to 1, all of the answers you have received from the unconscious will become entrained into the subconscious. Your conscious mind is in no way necessary for this part of the process. 3, 2, 1. Wonderful. That was easy. Now, whenever you ask yourself, what would my ideal self do? Or how would my ideal self feel? You can call to your conscious mind the feelings which correspond to a life lived as your ideal self. I am now going to count from 1 to 10. And when I get to 10, you will fall asleep in the feeling of being your ideal self now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sweet dreams.